republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Make a mistake, let me go. It's been a while.
All right. When you're ready, roll call, please.
Roll call, Mr. Killer Jacoby.
Isn't he cute?
He is at the baseball game coaching.
Mr. Thomas Connor.
Here.
Miss Nancy Mulvaney.
Here.
Mr. William Epper.
Here.
Ms. April Walters.
Here.
Ms. Barbara Sippler. Ms. Benita Barbush.
Here.
Mr. Tyree Harris.
Here.
Mr. Ryan Binder.
Here.
And Sites absent. Mr. Chris Slusher.
Here.
Mr. Daniel Malloy.
Here.
And Isabel Hoffman, student representative, not here.
Okay, student recognition.
I was asked to come to the podium, so I'm going to the podium. Taylor Davidovich, daughter of Lauren and Aaron Davidovich Weatherly, has been named Senior of the Month for April at Weatherly High School. Taylor is captain of the varsity volleyball team and co-captain of the girls basketball team. She serves as secretary of the class of 2024, president of the yearbook club, historian of the kindness club, and is the chairperson of the ceremonies of the National Honor Society. Additionally, Taylor is a member of the SGA and the Health Careers Club, and she's previously involved with the Women's in STEM. In the community, Taylor has volunteered her time with St. John Byzantine Church, Urena Park, and various NHS-sponsored activities. Taylor is employed as a cashier at Boyer Supermarket in Mackinac. Sponsor of the month of April is Citizens Fire Company No. 1 in Weatherly. Taylor Davidovich. Also, Taylor is the class of 2024 valedictorian.
Kaylee Godosick, daughter of Tracy and Chris Godosick, Weatherly, has been named Senior of the Month for May at Weatherly Area High School. Kaylee serves as historian of the class of 2024, treasurer of the yearbook club, vice president of the kindness club, and treasurer of the Weatherly Area High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Additionally, Kaylee is a member of the varsity girls soccer and basketball teams, Envirothon, and SGA. Kaylee has been recognized as a Lehigh Valley Soccer Scholar Athlete. She has previously been involved with junior leadership and women in STEM. In the community, Kaylee has volunteered her time with the Weatherly Festival and Hill Climb, as well as various NHS-sponsored activities. Sponsor for the month of May is Black Creek Junction Consulting, Investing and Acquisitions, LLC in Mountaintop.
And Haley is the class of 2024 salutatorian.
Weatherly Area Middle School Students of the Month for April. The award is based on academic achievement, attendance, extracurricular involvement, and service to school and community. Evan Janik, son of Mr. and Mrs. Robusla Janik. Weatherly was chosen as the 6th grade student of the month. Evan is a member of the Weatherly Middle School Band, Science Club, and Reed Olympics team. He is also an altar server at his church.
She's going to do the other one.
Derek Moyer, son of Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Moyer. Weatherly was chosen as the 7th grade student of the month. Derek is a member of the Weatherly Middle School Band. He also plays baseball and is a Boy Scout with Troop 25. Tyler Keck, son of Mr. and Mrs. Travis Keck. Weatherly was chosen as the 8th grade student of the month. Tyler is a member of the Weatherly Middle School Band and was a graduate of Cub Scouts in 2021. He's a big help to his grandmother with day-to-day chores.
Before we go out to get a picture, I do have one more recognition. Thank you guys, but I got to get this one through. It's our 8th grade team took first place in Pennsylvania for East Ivory Mission winners. So I want to congratulate the four members because again they won a $1,000 savings bond It's sponsored by the U.S. Army, and it's the third year in a row that Weatherly actually took first place, which is a great accomplishment to Dr. Leach and these students that really take pride in this Eastside mission. So I want to congratulate Joey Esposito, Maya Binder, Maddie Heaster, and Jillian Foley. Again, congratulations for coming first place for Eastside mission.
Oh, yeah, you're a good girl. So there you go. I tried. Nice to see you again.
Return a couple of like A's. Oh, that's the other side.
Hey, are you afraid of sitting next to him? Brian? You went, oh. Well, you ever get the chicken fried face? No.
I came in to meet you.
See that?
But, and I was planning on going today too.
That's a darn shame.
That's
That's very best in the whole area.
What's that?
They don't have your pizza.
No.
Congratulations, guys, your
Pizza.
Honey. See ya.
Yeah, it's like your idea. We gotta start looking at maybe getting some before we get in.
All you gotta do is let me know. I'll give the discount first.
All right, public comments on board agenda items. Got anything? Personal recommendations, approve with one motion, board discretion. Number 5, approve the resignation of Nancy Van Horn as 5th grade Envirothon advisor for the 2023-2024 school year.
I make a motion 5 through 7.
Second. I thought I did, but. I said so first. It's okay.
5 through 7. Okay, Mr. Jacoby.
Discussion? None?
Okay, Mr. Jacoby, absent. Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Nepper,
Yes.
Mr. Bidder,
Yes.
Miss Mulvaney,
Yes.
Miss Barbush,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippel. Motion passes 8-0.
All right, superintendent's report.
Number 8, approve the 2024-25 CLIU 21 Special Education Facilities Plan.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
Roll call, Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Nepper,
Yes.
Mr. Bender,
Yes.
Miss Mulvaney,
Yes.
Ms. Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby, not here, Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0.
Number 9, approve the following use of facilities, Weatherly Art Department, use of middle school parking lot on Thursday, May 9th, 2024, and Friday, May 10th, 2024, from 4 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. for food truck during art show, science fair, and concerts. Pre-K counts, use of middle school gymnasium, cafeteria, and library on Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, from 3:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. for end of the year program and graduation. Weatherly Faith Church, use of the athletic fields on Monday, June 24th, 2024, to Friday, June 28th, 2024, from 5 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. for mega sports camp.
I make a motion for 9, 10, and 11.
Second.
Discussion?
Okay, roll call, Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Ms. Mulvaney,
Yes.
Ms. Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby, absent. Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Knepper.
Yes.
Motion is passed 8-0.
Number 12, approve the waiver agreement resulting in the expulsion of Weatherly Area Student number 1. Do you have a motion?
Make a motion to approve number 12.
Second.
I'm reading it.
Roll call, Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Ms. Mulvaney,
Yes.
Ms. Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby, absent. Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Knepper,
Yes.
Mr. Connors.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0.
Number 13, approve the waiver agreement resulting in the expulsion of Weatherly Area School District student number 2. Do you have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion?
Roll call, Ms. Mulvaney,
Yes.
Ms. Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby, absent. Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Knepper, Mr. Connors,
Yes.
and Mr. Binder.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0.
Financial report, business managers report. 14, approve the 2024-2025 Weatherly Area School District preliminary budget.
Do you have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Discussion.
My discussion would be, this is not, we don't have to do this right away, but, what does this include, the preliminary budget? No, what does it include?
Taxes.
Yeah, and as far as the tax,
She proposed a tax increase of
0.5.
0.5 mil.
and
Which
that's
would-
included in that.
That's not included.
Oh, it's not included, okay.
That would be on the June one, where we actually put in if there's a millage increase.
Right.
This is just to get that going, to
Does it, yeah.
get to that.
Her recommendation was a personal recommendation.
Right, I understand.
So this doesn't mean we're raising taxes in any way whatsoever with this one. The June one is the one where it's actually gonna have a number if there is something. All right, anybody else? We got a roll call, please?
Ms. Barbush,
Question first. Yes.
Mr. Jacoby, absent. Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Knepper,
Yes.
Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Ms. Mulvaney.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0.
15, approve the AG administrators as the optional student accident insurance providers for the 2024-2025 school year.
Barbara's.
Pardon?
Did you want a second one?
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Barb's.
Discussion?
Okay, roll call, Mr. Jacoby, absent. Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Knepper,
Yes.
Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Ms. Mulvaney,
Yes.
Ms. Barbush.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0.
16, approve the nutrition group contract for the 2024-2025 school year with a guaranteed profit of $22,638.09, with lunch and breakfast prices staying the same as the 2023-2024 school year.
Motion.
Second then.
Discussion?
Roll call, Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Knepper,
Yes.
Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Ms. Mulvaney,
Yes.
Ms. Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby absent, motion passes 8-0.
17, approve the purchase of 26 MacBook Airs for the purpose of cycling of staff laptops at the cost of $26,228 to be paid out of title and budgeted general funds. You get a motion? Discussion? I know there was a question about how much of that was actually coming out of the general fund, and how much was the title.
I believe it was
I
close.
think it's close to, title is 10.
10,000 of it coming out of there?
And who wants that to be getting rid of? Are they gonna be used again, or?
Absolutely. I know we had a recent proposal in regards to utilizing the current ones to kind of repair other ones that we have had falling into disrepair. You know, we also talked a little bit about an optional buyback, that type of thing too. But I think we're looking at more of the repair and replacement is where we're needed right now, with the ones that we still have with the old one.
It would be possible that, you know, you have the kids more rather than buying them, you know, do all that. I think that would be better.
Well, these are the staff ones.
The what?
These are the staff ones,
Okay.
but these are staying on a hanger seat somewhere as far as, so.
Do you have a company involved in this? Is there a company you're buying it from and they do your repairs for you?
Again, I could find that information, I don't have it.
I don't know if you were, last week we said 4 years ago it was, we did half of them, and now this is the other half.
Well, I'm interested because we are looking for apples for ourselves. So if you guys are doing business with such and such, it interests me.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's the route we're looking at.
Can we get a roll call for 17?
Yes, sir. Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Knepper,
Yes.
Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Ms. Mulvaney,
Yes.
Ms. Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby is absent, Mr. Harris.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0.
18, approve the pipe work and repair behind the middle school garage at a cost of $8,940 to be paid out of construction investment fund.
Make a motion for 18 and 19, please.
I have a question.
What'd you guess?
First. Okay, I'm sorry.
Need a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Do we know who, did we pick someone to do this?
Yeah, we have, it is David Feaster actually, in.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just
so
wanted
it's
to.
local and,
Okay.
Roll call, Ms. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Knepper,
Yes.
Mr. Connors,
yes.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Ms. Mulvaney,
Yes.
Ms. Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby is absent, Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler.
Yes.
Motion passes for 18 and 19, 8-0.
Approve the appointment of blank as Weatherly Area School Board Treasurer for a one-year term that begins on July 1st, 2024. I make a motion to table this till we see who can take this spot up.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Nancy Mulvaney.
I'll do it.
I second it.
I was just gonna say, I'll do it.
I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication with the length of, whether it was a fiscal year or whether it was another length of time, because she was just approved December.
There was a related concern that I know we were addressing, so.
Okay.
Is it still a concern?
Well, we can table it and look into it further.
Yeah, we can table it, that's okay.
Maybe start out with where we started out. That's
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused, that's all.
So can we, still nominate her and then?
Well, the first motion was to table it.
There's a motion, there's a second for the motion to table.
No, because she made the motion right away to.
So, the reason I asked it, once there's a second for the motion to table, it stops all discussion, you're gonna go to the motion to table. If it hasn't been seconded yet, then it's still on forward for discussion. So whatever you want to do, if there's a second, then you move to table it, or there's a vote on the table, if not, you continue discussion.
So where are we?
I think because of, procedural things, I recommend we table it.
So you made the motion though, just now.
Yeah, so if I get a second for my motion,
Okay,
then.
I'll second it.
Second.
Okay, now there's your vote to table.
Any discussion besides what was already just discussed? I get a roll call to table that one?
Mr. Nepper,
Yeah.
Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Miss Mulvaney,
Yes.
Miss Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby is absent, Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
and Mrs. Walters.
Yes.
Motion to table passes 8-0.
21, approve the minutes from the April 3rd, 2024 caucus meeting, April 10, 2024 regular meeting, and April 18th, 2024 special meeting.
Move. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Miss Mulvaney,
Yes.
Miss Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby is absent, Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler,
Yes.
and Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
and Mr. Nepper.
Here.
Motion passes 8-0.
22, approve the April 2024 treasurer's report for filing.
Make a motion for 22 and 23.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Binder,
Yes.
Miss Mulvaney,
Yes.
Miss Barbush,
Yes.
Mr. Jacoby, absent. Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mrs. Sippler, Mrs. Walters,
Yes.
Mr. Nepper,
Yes.
Mr. Connors.
Yes.
Motion for 22 and 23 passed 8-0.
Did we mention, we have to mention the cafeteria and the athletic also, because that should have been mentioned. in the minutes.
In what regard?
To pay the bills, because, you know, we need to.
She said 22.
She said 22 and 23, that's all I said.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
I was wondering where you were going with that, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Please, add everything up, and I just didn't hear it, I'm sorry.
All right, reports from board committees, personnel and policy.
We have an approval for the board participation tonight that we voted on already. We have a meeting tonight in regards to, personnel policies. At 5 o'clock tonight.
Is there a proposed change to any,
We don't have anything right now. We'll probably have another meeting set up. but
working on a change to some of the,
some of the-
policies?
yeah, mhm.
okay.
Good.
Sure.
Pardon me, yes.
Proposed.
Yes.
Athletic.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Ken usually calls on me. Both softball and, yes, okay. Track and field wrapped up their season, last Saturday. Softball, junior high is wrapped up for the year. And we had, baseball and softball games here this evening with continued games going on for the next week or so. Yeah, it's a good season. Girls softball had a awesome game last week where they went into extra inning, tied 13-13 going into the the extra inning, the other team scored 4 runs, and then we scored 5, so pulled out the win. That's all from my side.
Question for Ryan. When did you get a chance to talk to Scott?
I sent him an email, but there were additional discussions here before the meeting, so let's
No, anything
circle, I copied you on the email. But yeah, I just found out about, it was a brief standing here conversation, you'll like that.
Oh, yeah, right before?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Transportation and property.
We just approved the work to be done out back to hopefully get rid of some of that eyesore, finally. And I believe we were discussing the trees, whatever came of that.
We're gonna take them down in-house, I just need the truck to get up there, cut them down.
Okay. That's pretty much it, that's all I got.
When, is there any word on how soon, are they gonna wait till school's over to tear that out? or-
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, between, graduation coming up, there's still baseball going on, cause that one piece of that sidewalk has to come out, so I don't wanna interfere with people trying to get down to the field, so. We're gonna try and work in between, we're gonna do the pipe work first, and then, cause I know the Faith Church has that, it was just on today's agenda, they had that, event coming up, and they use a lot of that back there, so. Just to be safe, nobody gets hurt, and then we're gonna caution everything off that.
I would say as long as it's before the school year, so we don't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, I'm sure it will be,
Yeah.
but I know we probably got other jobs too and everything, but, okay.
What if at graduation?
No, you don't start until after, so. Curriculum and technology.
Well, we just voted to replace some of the MacBooks, so we're making progress of getting everybody up to speed.
Alright,
We're gonna go with as far as curriculum. Did we, I know last year we had a meeting with the special education department to see where they were at and
We're
what their
gonna cycle
needs
through
were.
everybody. What I'd like to do. Maybe it'll start next school year, we'll start, what do we start with? Social studies last time, Tony?
Yep.
We'll just cycle right through everybody like we did last time.
budget and finance, we approved the preliminary budget tonight, so we're still on path for the budget to be on next month's meeting. And, I guess that's all we got for that, huh? All right, representative reports, CCTI meeting next week. They had to knock the exams last month, and I know there is a talent show tomorrow, if anyone's interested in attending that. COIU.
Okay, I attended the April meeting, and the IU gave a presentation on meeting the needs of students who actually need assistance with daily living skills. So they presented a multidisciplinary approach to educating these students with special needs. For example, they would adapt their kind of toys that they use or any of the equipment that they use to make these accommodations for them. Other examples of support would be use of personal devices for communication, because some of them are not available. So they have special devices that allow them to communicate. A multidisciplinary team for teaching these students, and also they may have a nurse if needed. The goal is to have the students be successful and independent with daily living. And the program highlights, they have 8 students this year and 2 to 3 support staff, and they also have a nurse available to them. Functional skills curriculum, academic instruction is integrated through skills of daily living. For example, dressing, toileting, attending to daily tasks. And there are inclusive opportunities. They have a buddy system program that they've adopted. They have customized in-service for staff so that they're more equipped to deal with students with these needs. And they also provide adaptive equipment, adaptive toys, adaptive bikes, so that these children are able to use them. and the program's location at present Lehighton, Salisbury, Parkland, and Southern Lehigh. The next meeting will be Monday, May 20th. Hopefully I will be there.
Dan, I have a quick question. Okay, on the back it has its own private children, that's it.
Thank you.
Okay, you might be able to email, but can you email me, I know we have the idea, just the numbers, Graham Academy or whatever school we have up there, I just wanna see, you know, how many we have at each service.
Yeah, I'll touch base with Kenny and that's what
The breakdown.
Oh, I see.
PSBA liaison, Mr. Nepper.
All right, the 2024 PSEA golf tournament was held this past weekend. It is to generate funds for the PSBA scholarships that are handed out. The Weatherly team came in second at a score of 2 under. A couple notes here. This was in the Bucks County Herald. Nearly half of PA public school students have a mental health need. The 2024 State of Education report from the Pennsylvania School Board Association found 2/3 of the state's 500 school districts reported mental health needs as a challenge facing their schools. Governor Shapiro, his administration, opened application window for $500,000 of Pennsylvania Farm Bill grants to strengthen agriculture education, healthy foods in schools. Just a couple notes from some state committees. The Senate committee approves the right to know law reform. And under SB 1150, which has to do with the Pennsylvania Scholarship Grant Program, establishes the Grow PA Scholarship Grant Program, which would offer grants of up to $5,000 per year for in-state students who attend college in Pennsylvania, pursue a degree in a high-demand industry, and agree to live and work in that industry in Pennsylvania after graduation. Performance-based funding, SB 1154, adds performance-based metrics to funding for state-related universities, including the University of Pittsburgh, the Pennsylvania State University, and Temple Universities. Standards would be developed by a new performance-based funding council that will consider factors like graduation rates, retention rates, employment rates, and salaries, and other key indicators. Cybersecurity improvements, a priority for the majority of school districts. Cybersecurity remains the biggest concern among district ed tech leaders, with nearly all 981 survey respondents to an annual survey from the Consortium for School Network reporting that they are working to improve protections. The PSBA Delegate Assembly is the association-wide business meeting that includes platform and bylaws consideration, financial updates, and leadership election results. The 2024 Delegate Assembly will occur on Saturday, November 2nd at 9 a.m. as a hybrid event.
Does it say how many representatives that we get?
No. PCCD, K through 12 Threat Assessment Technical Assistance and Training Survey. In 2019, the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency was awarded a federal grant to support the state's K through 12 education entities establishing and operating multidisciplinary threat assessment teams to identify threatening, or at-risk behaviors and provide appropriate interventions and/or supports. The project developed training and technical assistance materials that have been widely accessed by Pennsylvania school entities. So,
All right, thank you. TCC,
I have nothing to report.
all right. Public comments.
I will just add that, band and chorus concerts are tomorrow and Friday evening at the school here, so I don't know a time off the top of my head, but I'll add that they sounded wonderful today. Super.
it's at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, thank you.
Review of board meeting dates and calendar of events. Policy and personnel meeting Wednesday, May 8th, 2024 at 5 p.m. That was today. Weatherly Area School District Board of Education regular meeting Wednesday, May 8th at 6 p.m. CCTI Joint Operating Committee meeting Thursday, May 16th, 2024 at 6 p.m. CLIU Board meeting Monday, May 20th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. Weatherly Area School District Board of Education caucus meeting Wednesday, June 5th, 2024 at 6 p.m. And Weatherly Area School District Board of Education regular meeting Wednesday, June 12th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Have a motion to adjourn? All in favor? Aye.